everyone! I hope you're all doing awesome. I'm super happy to be here because I wanted to film today my second ayahuasca ceremony experience. I basically wanted to share with you all how that experience went. I do have my first experience already filmed, so I'll leave the link down below in case you would like to watch it if you haven't already. But yes, so today I wanted to film this one, and this is actually not that recent. We are now December, but this ceremony was in August of this year, 2016. So it's been quite a few months, but I think it's been good for me to just analyze on how the experience went and just everything that happened. And now I feel ready to share with you guys, and I'm very excited because it was absolutely beautiful and life-changing, just like every ceremony. Well, I've only had these two, but I feel so blessed to have had them and to be able to do it here in my country and with the people that I experienced it with. And yeah, it's just absolutely magical, so I'm just super thankful. And yeah, I guess I'll get started. If I'm looking right here, it's because I have my computer here with some notes, because, you know, it's such an experience, a lot of things happen, and of course I cannot share absolutely everything because it's impossible to describe such an experience, but I will try to do my best. And that's why I have notes, because on my first video of my ceremony, I didn't make any notes. It was just like a one-take video, and I missed so many things that I wanted to talk about. So that's why I have some notes here, and I think that should help, so I can cover everything that I want to share with you guys from the experience. So, okay, so my intention for this ceremony was, and of course for each ceremony for me, the biggest thing is just healing myself and growing, but the more specific intention I had was I wanted more clarity in my life. I was feeling like I was just like, my mind was just foggy with thoughts that were not serving me, and it wasn't helping me grow. And I just wanted more clarity with what I already knew and what I had already learned. Okay, so jumping right into when we started the ceremony, it was so many people this time. So this time it was with different shamans than my first time. They were just as incredible and amazing. It was just as an amazing experience. But it just happened to be different people because the other shamans live in Miami, so they only come a few times to Costa Rica, so they were not here, but I got to experience it with these two shamans. And oh, my kitty is here. You want to say hi, kitty? He was in my last video too. I love you. Oh, cutie. Okay, so there was so many people. There was about at least 15 of us, and last time there was about 6 or 7, maybe 7. So we were in this kind of like a circle space, and so we all made a circle, and they did something this time that they did not do last time. I'm not sure why, but basically, kitty, don't. Basically, kitty, you dropped my camera. So they did something different this time, and that was that when we got in a circle, all of us, the shaman, there was a boy and a girl, well, a woman and a man shaman. They're like a couple, and so they went to each one of us, and they had this long wooden pipe, like very, very, very long. And what they did is that they had this powder in it, and I'm not sure what it is. I probably should know what it is. I can ask them. I think it's just to clear up all of this. I don't really know. So basically they put the pipe up to your nose. On each nostril they did it, and then in the thingy there was that powder, and then the shaman would blow really hard, and so it would go up your nose, and they did that to each nostril. And at first when they did it, it was a little bit intense. I was like, oh my god. But after it passed away, like the initial shock passed, it actually felt really nice to breathe, and it was pretty cool. I'm gonna ask what that was though. Maybe I'll leave it down below. Then after that, we all got in our circle again, and we were in our little mats. And the shamans asked for everyone's who was their first time having an ayahuasca ceremony to make a line to get their drink. So to my surprise, almost everyone got up. There's something wrong with that. I was just expecting for everyone to be experienced because mostly everyone was older than me. But mostly everyone got up. Only a few of us, about 3 of us, stayed sitting down. And so also there was a pregnant girl there. She wasn't like really pregnant, like too pregnant, you know, I mean like too far along, but you could definitely notice, and I did, well, we talked about it later, and my friend told me that she was pregnant, and I was like, oh wow. I really didn't know pregnant women could take ayahuasca, but I'm pretty sure it's not like the most recommended thing. It was probably for a special case for her. I have no idea what her story is, but it's just something that was amusing to me. Because can you imagine like being pregnant on ayahuasca? Mind blowing. So then the couple people of us that had already done it before made the line, and I took my cup and I drank it. It's so crazy to remember this. It's like if it was yesterday. On my first ceremony, I threw up very quickly, so that's why I had to take another cup. And this time I wanted to take or try, you know, whatever feels best in the moment for you, but I wanted to try to just take the first cup and have that be my experience. I felt like that would be best for me. So I wanted to hold it in as long as possible, and it's recommended to hold it in at least 30 minutes for the medicine to take its full effect and be its most powerful. And you know, I lay down waiting for the medicine to start, and I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult for me because, like I said, I'm such a nauseous person that I'm always like, so I really wanted to keep it in as long as possible. I wasn't looking at any clock or anything, but I do believe that I held it in at least 30 minutes for sure. The nausea was kicking in, but I was just breathing deeply, focusing on my breath as much as I could, remembering that this will pass, and I was able to hold it in, thankfully. All I could think about was throwing up, so I just tried to focus on my breath and just not think about purging. The time will come when it will have to come, but right now just breathe. So I managed to do that. After about 30 minutes, I was laying down, and I suddenly just, I knew it was the time to purge. And so I was laying down, and I just got up, got my cup or my bowl, and I purged. And it felt like the perfect moment to do so. So I'm very glad that I was able to hold it in. And then this is when it all started. It first began, well, I always, it's recommended, and I always try to keep my eyes mainly closed. So I had my eyes closed, I was laying down, and I saw the most beautiful sacred geometry, like the flower of life. Also, there's these patterns that are used in these fabrics in Peru and many other places, but they're very much seen during ceremony. And I'm gonna insert a picture. And that is what I was seeing. It was so beautiful. is beautiful. I really want to get, I don't know if it's like, it's not a tapestry, it's just like a piece of fabric with that pattern on it, because it is so sacred. I absolutely love it. It was so beautiful to see with my eyes closed. It was amazing. So that went on for a while. And this is where it got harder and the more intense part of the ceremony. Of course, the nausea got worse and worse. Every time in ceremony, I always tie my hair back with my dreads like this because I don't want any hair on my face. And I was just basically laying like this with my bowl, purging and purging. And the nausea was really, really intense. It took me back to my first ceremony when I was exactly the same position. I was just purging and purging, cleansing myself so much, so much. It's not pain, but it's just a lot of discomfort. It's so uncomfortable to the point where nothing has felt more uncomfortable in my entire life. It's so difficult. My body got really, really weak. All I wanted to do was just like, I don't know, just lay there and make it stop. It feels like an eternity of just purging and uncomfort. It's very, very, very intense, indescribable. While I was in this moment of purging and discomfort, these two ceremonies for me have not been very visual. I don't actually see that much. It's mainly feeling, the most intense feeling. So much feeling that I feel like I could see what I'm feeling, if that makes any sense. But while I was in this discomfort, I had the visions or feelings, or however you would call it, of, well, basically like my biggest fears, like the death of loved ones, or just losing everything that I love, which is my loved ones, you know, my family, my friends. Like, it's absolutely horrible to think about, especially in that moment, having to face that while having so much discomfort, and just having to face my deepest, darkest fears. In the moment, just feels like, I can't even describe it. It's really intense. I could never possibly describe it. No one could ever possibly describe such an experience. But although it sounds really bad, it definitely has its purpose. And, you know, I believe we do need to reach down into our deepest, darkest places. And we have to face those things so that we can grow from them and let them go, because at the end of the day, it's just illusions that we're creating. Yes, we're all going to transition from this human life one day. That is something we all know and that we all will experience, but there is no use in worrying about it. And so this time, compared to my last ceremony, it was more specific with what feelings I had. With the first one, it just felt like a whirlwind of bad feelings and bad emotions. And this one, it was more specific, like what I just described. And it was really excruciatingly uncomfortable to have to go through that and feel it so very deeply. Of course, while I was going through this, I was a mess. I was crying. I was feeling very weak, but I needed to at least sit up a little bit so that I could purge in my bucket. And something that was really beautiful and extremely comforting in this moment was when I was laying, you know, like I was basically laying like this with my bucket here. I felt, and I'm pretty sure this was the woman shaman. She probably saw how much I was struggling, and so she came, and there was music playing, right? So she came and she patted my back to the beat of the music, like something like that, and just like comforting me like this. And it was so amazing to feel that support, that love, just that pat, those seconds of being there just reminded me that I am not alone in this, that we are all going through this. Everyone in this room is going through this. Everyone in this life is going through this in their own way. And it was absolutely beautiful. I wanted to say thank you, but I couldn't. I was just there, but I know that she felt my gratefulness. I could hear Spirit encouraging me to keep going, letting me know that this will pass. You have been here before. You will get through this. You are so strong. You can do this. You will come out a better person after this. You will grow from this and learn from this. You can do this. You can do this. Through all of this, the messages that most stood out and that I was getting from Spirit, from Mother, were basically that, you know, these visions and feelings that I had to go through of losing loved ones, or just fears of something tragic happening, or something, you know, extremely horrible, like the worst case scenario happening, are really just things that I'm creating in my mind. These are things that I'm creating. These are not things that are happening at all. If I think about it, and this is what was going on through my mind, you know, if I think about it, everyone is safe right now. Everyone is healthy right now. Everyone is doing great. Everyone is growing. There is so much love around you, and you are giving so much love to everyone. Everyone is succeeding. Everyone is doing great. Everyone is safe. And Spirit said, I'm making sure everyone is safe and guided and loved. Remember that you are eternal, and you are all. We are all eternal. Everything is always working out for us. You are creators. You are not victims. Everything happens for you and not to you. Your loved ones are safe, and there is no need to worry. You're just creating that feeling of worry. You're using your imagination for anxiety instead of creativity. Everyone you love is eternal. Just remembering these things, it's like as if I'm there again. And I know I'm already tearing up, but it's just things that will stay with me forever, and I'm just so grateful. It's absolutely amazing. And I know that, you know, we don't need an ayahuasca ceremony to know these things, to really believe in these things, but it is an amazing tool that we have been given. Literally, this vine and this plant combined together from nature, from Mother Earth, are helping so many people around the world. And I'm just so incredibly grateful and blessed that I've been able to have this experience. And at such a young age. But it's never too late to start walking on this path, not at all. And you know, this isn't a cure. This isn't just going to magically change everything without any other effort from you. Mother told me, you haven't been meditating frequently, and this causes your mind to be foggy and create this illusion of fear because you're not thinking straight, you're not thinking clearly, there's no clarity, and you're creating that. And if you only use this tool, meditation, this amazing tool that we have, then you will have the clarity that you're so longing for. And I was like, I know, Mother. I know. I sure do know. Shame on me. No, but you know, it's just a matter of practicing these things that we are learning. You know, spirituality isn't just from one day to the next, from one ceremony, just magically, oh, forever positive. No, we have to work for it. And it's not that hard of a work, you know? Literally, what I've learned and what I'm trying to still keep practicing, I'm still not perfect at it. I never will be, but I can do the best that I can. And you know, I want to get to meditate every day, and I'm still working on that because I have resistance towards it. My ego sometimes, you know, I'm like, I should meditate before bed. That will be really nice. My ego's like, nah, just sleep. You're really sleepy. Just fall asleep. You can meditate tomorrow. And then after a few days of not meditating, my mind is just foggy again, and I start, you know, with this fear or anxiety, mainly it's mainly anxiety, worry of things that there is nothing to worry about. Everything is absolutely aligned, and oh my gosh, everything is so awesome. Like I could just cry right now of how good everything is right now, and how thankful I am for my life and for my family and my friends and everything that I'm doing and all the things that are coming for this coming year, 2017. I can't even begin to explain my excitement, you guys. Something that I wanted to mention that was absolutely hilarious was during the ceremony, there was a guy who was friends with the shaman, so he was kind of like helping to guide the ceremony as well. He was playing music. He had this instrument that's really long. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's absolutely amazing. And he was singing too, which was very, very helpful in that moment to hear such beautiful music. he said into the microphone when all of it, you know, everyone was having a hard time purging. He said, this was in Spanish, right? So I'm going to try to translate as best as I can. It was really pretty funny in Spanish, but the music was playing and he was playing music, and then he said, you know, during the ceremony he was saying like things to motivate us, which was incredibly helpful, like, brothers and sisters, we are all together in this, we can all do this, things like that were very, very helpful. And then at this one moment he said, oof, this is like Mortal Kombat. You guys, that was so funny. And not to show any disrespect at all to the medicine, this was just a moment where when he said that, you know, everyone was having a hard time purging. When he said that, the whole room, we all just laughed. And it was this laughter that was so liberating, because it reminded me of how nothing is really that serious in life. We make it out to be so much more serious than it is. This is just a game in the end, a beautiful, beautiful, challenging game. And when he said that, we just bursted out laughing, and I could feel how everyone had a moment of liberation. It was absolutely beautiful. It was just so beautiful. So bless him. A while later, the whole ceremony for me was about 4 hours, so about 3 hours had passed by, I'm guessing. And the medicine was starting to leave my body, so I wasn't feeling such intense nausea or anything. I was feeling amazingly. I was in such bliss, and you know, just like at my last ceremony, during the end, I just couldn't believe how good I felt. I felt all of the love inside of me. I was love, everyone was love, everyone is love, and I felt so incredibly good. I could never describe it. I felt incredibly inspired to sing and dance. I got up and was just dancing and just feeling the energy and just appreciating my body and the space that we had created. It was so sacred. And what was cool about this ceremony was that Um, on last ceremony I didn't know any medicine songs, but since then I learned so many, and they're so beautiful, the best music. And so in this one I knew some songs, so I felt incredibly inspired to sing. And I'm no singer whatsoever. I'm very appreciative to have a voice to be able to speak and sing, but I'm no good singer, so I never do it in front of everyone because I'm embarrassed, and I don't know. But in this moment, there was no embarrassment, there was no judgment from anyone. And I started singing. It was so liberating. Oh my goodness. At first, I was sitting down, then I got up to dance. But at first, I was sitting and I was singing. I'll leave down below the links to the songs that I was singing. I'm pretty sure they were all in Spanish, but they're absolutely beautiful songs. I really encourage you to listen to them. They're called medicine songs for a reason. and and so I was just singing my little heart away, and that was incredibly beautiful. And then the girl shaman came over while I was singing, and she put like her hand right here, and she was like, silence your mind. I don't know if she wanted me to shut up or what. I'm just kidding. I'm sure she did. I don't know. So I silenced my mind, and I just enjoyed the amazing bliss that I was feeling, the amazing peace, all of the knowledge that had just been given, and I was just in complete just receiving mode of just everything good. I felt so inspired, and I felt so safe. And I still am so appreciative for the shamans, this couple and the first couple from Miami that came over to Costa Rica during April, my first ceremony. So appreciative of these human beings that have so much strength, because these shamans, they also take the medicine. And you look at them, and of course they're helping us, they're guiding us, they're protecting us, protecting the energy, clearing the energy. And I just look at them and I'm like, how do you do it? It's, of course, they have so much practice and experience, but it just blows my mind what they do and the space they create for us. So thank you so much. If you're watching this, thank you for creating that space for us. And I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Seeing others, of course at the end everyone is absolutely so happy and filled with love, but during the ceremony and the hardest part, I could not imagine being the shaman and having the medicine in your body, and helping others who are really just suffering so deeply with the hardest things in their lives. And you look at them and it's just very painful to see, and you want to help them. I just don't know how they do it. So thank you. Thank you for serving in that way. So after I sang, and after I danced around and took in everything that just happened, I just went back to my mat, gave thanks once again, and I went to sleep. And that was my second ayahuasca ceremony, as best as I could describe, but it will always be indescribable. What an experience. I can't believe I've experienced that. I definitely want to have another ceremony in this coming year, 2017, when I feel ready for that. I'm just so very thankful that these shamans all around the world are serving entire humanity in this way. I'm so very thankful for what they do. I would love to go to Peru someday. That must be amazing. But I'm very thankful that I've been able to do it here in my country, in nature. And yes, I'm just like, thank you. Like, I could just say thank you forever, because I can't even describe how much this has helped my life. And also meditation, that has seriously just saved my life. I really encourage everyone to meditate, and I say this so that I encourage myself as well, because I'm still practicing, I'm still working on doing it every day. I still don't do it every day, but I'm working on it, on pushing back that resistance, and not pushing back, but basically just allowing myself to stay in the path. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. I know this is very long. Thank you if you've watched up to this point. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been interesting and has inspired you in some way. I hope that you're all doing amazing. If you're not feeling your best, know that you're not alone in this. We are all in this together. You can reach out to me if you would like. We can talk. But what I mostly recommend is meditation. It's the most simple thing and the most amazing thing in this world. It really helps so much to clear your mind. It's so necessary. And you know, meditation can be many things as well. You can find your own form of meditation, but I definitely recommend just looking up at least a 10-minute video on meditation music, or a guided meditation if you want something like that. And just laying or sitting down and clearing your mind, and not push back your thoughts. But I had heard something once that, you know, when meditating, you can imagine yourself being a mountain and your thoughts are the clouds and they're just passing by. And yes, if you catch yourself, you know, drifting off into a thought, accept it. Accept that it's coming into your mind, but let it pass. Let it pass so that your mind can clear until it's completely clear. And after at least 10 minutes, 20 minutes of doing this, hopefully every day, it will literally change your life. Everything flows so much more smoothly, and it's absolutely amazing. So I'm very glad that I was reminded of that during my ceremony. And yes, I think this has been a long enough video. Once again, thank you so very much for watching this and sharing this space with me. Let me know if you guys have any questions, or if you want to share anything, if you've had an experience, if you've had a ceremony as well. If you want to share any of your experiences, you can definitely leave that in the comments. I would love to hear about you guys' experiences or questions or anything like that. And until next time, I hope you guys are feeling great. I love you all so very much, and have an amazing day. I love you. Bye.